That's cool. Did you make that?
Yep.
Fuck, you're clever. Welcome to the STEEZ.
Welcome to the STEEZ.
So now you know.
Get on your knees. Wear the STEEZ. Wear the STEEZ.
Ah,
We are STEEZ. No, welcome.
Welcome
It's
to
the.
It's the STEEZ.
all
That's right.
We're in.
All right.
We're off.
That was how have you been feeling? Because you did your first podcast 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How'd you go?
Skeptical before I heard it, and
But you heard it.
I heard it. And I was happy because one thing I was saying to you, we don't talk really over the top of each other, which I was happy about.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to listen. Fuckers. But
It's true. We don't do that.
No, we don't
That's
try.
very
Not
true.
try to do that at all.
you are
No,
firing up.
but that is true.
It is. It's good.
Yes.
It's good. It's
I've
all,
been back to the
And that's through
dentist and-
friendship, though, as well. We've
Yeah, it's
listened to each other
also
talk.
it's also because of the STEEZ. It really is. It
Well, you
really
got to
is.
let people.
This.
But I laugh.
You gotta.
I laughed.
We could also finish each other's.
Sentences.
I was going to say sandwiches.
Oh.
Damn it. It's hard to. Was it hard to listen to yourself for the first time?
No,
Not
because
too
it
bad.
was a good because from this equipment.
Because
Mm,
we actually, Jeremy and I were talking about that. Jezbot and I were talking about that a few weeks ago in developing another show that we're possibly coming
You
up.
really
through-
are getting
through the
Mickey
ranks.
Mouse, aren't
I
you?
know. We've got some ideas, but
Can't stop at one, can you?
No, but
Wow,
you were talking about listening back to yourself and that you had to film yourself
Oh yes, yes.
reading a monologue for a voiceover.
Well, yeah, I did just for
Course.
shits and giggles. I did an acting course just because I don't know why.
It's
for
great, I love
voiceover training and stuff.
I
like
did a voiceover one as well. I've done many.
You've got a beautiful voice.
courses.
It's like
Oh,
Jamaican
thanks.
silk,
Thank you
honestly.
very much. Thank you. But I
Not like my little faggoty raspy.
yeah.
no, you sound good.
Yeah, that's
Sound like James Brayshaw.
yeah,
Hey!
that's not that bad at all.
Thanks, Timmy.
So it was the first time I ever really did anything on camera, and it was just like the third week in. They go,
And they were filming you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
and it was in front of like
J-Town.
12 strangers, and
Oh.
it was a bit of this number.
Show
so
me your dick.
gave me the script. You'll be performing this next week, and just interpret it how you feel. Just there's no wrong, there's no
Oh.
right.
But don't do it that way.
Don't do it
Yeah.
that way, and there's definitely a wrong way to do it.
And was this a bit
you
of...
did it that
Was
way.
this
I did it
acting
that
and
way.
singing? And no,
just acting?
No, but the objective is that you take the video home and you watch it, and it's
Mm.
incredibly painful to watch
Oh.
yourself
Yes.
or listen to yourself.
Yes, and that was exactly
Oh.
the
So
exercise.
you passed the test, so you're full of yourself. That's what that's.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're right. Egotistical
Also, yeah,
prick.
psychopathic.
No.
what is it?
Sociopath.
Sociopathic.
Yeah.
Just a little bit too much confidence.
Yeah.
No, but keep
so
that
you
up.
passed.
Keep
You
those
passed your own
levels
test,
up.
which means you can go on. You can continue.
How arrogant does that sound? Did you like the sound of your own voice?
I loved
Wasn't
it.
too
Yeah,
bad.
I loved
You
it.
fuckwit. Sorry.
A test I didn't pass. I didn't watch it. I watched. I pressed play and then I had to turn it off and throw it.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't watch it. Because I'm not an
How could you
actor.
not like your voice? It's
No,
good.
it wasn't the voice. It was
The way you looked.
the delivery.
Well, that's unfortunately
It's watching
been given
yourself.
to you by
It's
your dad.
watching
So,
yourself.
That's right.
It's
that
watching
prick.
yourself do it. You know.
oh, you mannerisms and the way you stand and look.
Yeah,
and
and then like you can
you a
read. You can read into your own mind, and when you were saying things, you know that. That's
Were you-
what
The
you're
camera
thinking.
shows everything.
what
and
were
I was
you not
stiff as
happy
a ball.
about? Just the way you were standing? Or?
It was just a close up on your mug, and it's hard to do,
Nerves
man.
play shocking
Well,
things.
acting is like it's the camera shows everything.
We got to lose it. You got to lose it.
You got to lose in the moment.
Well, you just got to become.
It.
Well, you've just got to become so.
That's
Fucking,
years
you know-
of years
Yeah,
of training. You know what I
But
mean?
think of being a carpenter like you are.
Well,
You
someone.
know, like think of what you're doing now, opposed to when you first started.
Think about what I'm doing now. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
And why are you feeling so sick?
Wow,
Well, I've been
irritable.
back to the dentist today.
Oh,
I was in shocking pain.
mouth pain.
Mouth pain.
Oh,
Cankers.
right in the back there.
Was he asking you all those questions? No, Jeremy, how's work?
It's actually.
Yeah, how's my knee feel on your chest? Is it okay over there?
Well, he's
Do
got.
you have a phenomenally hot
He's got.
secretary?
He's got breasts.
What?
Yeah, my dentist is a woman.
Oh.
That's hot.
See?
The story just
Hi,
turned.
Jeremy.
Well,
Yeah.
she's younger than me, and it's like it's the first time that I've been into a dentist. That's when you know you're getting old. You go into the dentist, and they're younger than you, fully qualified,
That's
running their own
hot.
practice. So,
It's going to wash
Oh,
down with that
that
beer
sounds
real
awesome.
well.
well, yeah.
What
it's, gives you
happened
that.
on this day?
On this day in history? A famous Australian was born by the name of Banjo Patterson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's today. That's
At
today.
what point do you go, right, Banjo, that's the name?
I'll tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Andrew Barton Patterson, or Banjo Patterson, was born 17th of February 1864 near Orange, New South Wales. He was a proficient student and sportsman, and after leaving school at 16, he took up the position of a what is this? An art? What?
Why is he called Banjo?
Okay, it was his dog. Not his dog. Holy shit!
Wow.
It was his horse.
It was his horse.
And he took
Oh,
on the
the horse.
pseudonym. He took on the pseudonym. His writing name
Yep,
was
yep.
Banjo. The Banjo.
Oh, is it a play on words? Like, I'm
Nope.
riding.
Nope. And then he wrote The Man from Snowy River, and so on and so forth. But he was Waltzing Matilda as well.
No
But,
one really read
The
it.
man from Snow River, though.
He died. He
Yeah,
died
well,
Did
he's
in
old.
1941.
Yeah.
And what?
Strange
So he was
icon.
born on this day, or
Born
he
on this
died
day. Born on this day in
Oh,
1864.
raise your glasses for Banjo.
It's to Banj.
Give it to us.
Yeah, there's a Banj. Clinky clink.
Click.
Clinkety clink.
There you go.
And then also, not a great deal was going on today in history, Tim. That was the main one that I thought was,
And you saw
any
that,
sort of
wasn't
relevance
there something
whatsoever.
about V-dubs?
Yeah, the V Dub today was the day that the Beetle overtook the world's most famous car.
Oh, fantastic.
You know, the
Yeah.
little side story to that was Nazi owned and operated.
Well, Ferdinand Porsche
They,
commissioned to design the vehicle and became Volkswagen is the people's car.
Yes,
and
correct.
because they made the chassis to basically what the plan was that they were going to give it was the people's car, and
So everyone
everybody
could
funded
afford
it.
a vehicle. Yeah.
So what happened
Great
is,
idea.
is they built hundreds of thousands of them, right, exceeding Ford, and then they said, "Look, we're not going to give you the cars that we promised you. We're going to take the bug shell off them, and put a tank shell on them because we made all the chassis to be tanks, and we were just secretly hiding us making tanks. So you can't have your car." And
We've turned him into tanks.
turned them into Nazi tanks. Thanks for that.
Nazi tanks.
Right.
There's your V Dub. There's your little.
That was my first car, the V-Dub.
Was it?
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have one?
You remember
Oh, I
that? The
remember.
little-
Yeah, I do
little
remember
dressed
that
up
little
like
guy.
Herbie.
Yeah.
Sound system was more expensive than the car itself. And
Didn't even have a motor in the front.
no, it did. It
Oh.
was a great little car.
It was one of my first memories of you, actually. You driving us home
Yeah,
from
yeah.
one of the pubs where you were working at.
Big gunmetal grey stripe down the guts. Had little mags on it and an exhaust system. I thought I was.
What happened?
Well, somehow he
Hard to
managed
sell.
to.
I just died off.
Oh no! It was my first car, but it broke down a lot, unfortunately. So
And was able to do 360s,
that's
turning onto Chapel Street from a side street at about 40k an hour.
yeah,
You-
handbrakes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Like
All of a
jungle.
sudden, we had done it 360.
Yeah, I remember you didn't like that.
I didn't like that.
That brought back memories of when he was on the biscuit.
I said, "Don't do yeah, that's right. I was like, don't do that again, mate. I don't like
That was
that
a fun
kind of
time.
shit.
About
Yeah,
spinning around.
unfortunately.
You know how I
so-
feel about dying.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Doesn't like sitting on something and spinning around. So I've got a couple of little.
Well,
things
that's
I
it on
made.
today.
So
And then there
that's
was
what you got.
yeah, that'll do it.
Fantastic.
I found some reviews. Not for us.
Oh. Have you had any feedback?
Well, no one's heard it.
No,
Well, the girls have.
Cassie, yes,
She
she
pissed herself.
she
It's funny,
she
she
liked
said.
it. She liked it.
She said she liked me the most.
You the most,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. She thought we had a good rapport.
Yeah, we always do. You guys just love to talk shit.
And
What
now
about the Bonox?
the Bonox was I
The
listened.
Jabbercock would have been good.
The Bonox.
I wanted
was
you
good,
to
I
edit
liked
that shit.
I didn't edit.
Yeah,
No,
thank
No,
you,
I left
Timmy.
that in.
Edit that.
So I got a couple of reviews
it. Mm-hmm.
for a lovely restaurant here
Mm-hmm.
oh,
entitled I found a screw in my food.
Ay, ay, ay. Caramba.
Unless 1 star. Apparently you have to give 1 star. I
Still
think
get 1 star.
I think you have to give it
Did
minimum.
they still finish the dinner, the meal?
Unless you like metal rusty in your food,
Hmm.
then avoid at all costs. If the incident had been handled with finesse, and perhaps I wouldn't be so scathing. But as it is, I value my insides.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah.
So no scathings for this.
So that was a
Dish.
what type of restaurant did it say at all that?
A food restaurant.
A
No,
food
do we have a more-
restaurant.
I'm going to say McDowell's
Fair enough.
eatery down at the
That's
food court.
Typical fake.
No.
Sounds
was
like a
name.
McDowell's.
That's actually
kind of-
real. That's out of
Mackie D's?
that's McDowell's is out of Coming to America, and
Correct.
it's
Oh, yes.
that's real.
I hope you have sex with your bathers. I know I do.
They got the Big Mac. We got the Big Mac.
The Big Mike.
Daryl! So glow. You know,
The royal
hair on
penis is clean.
They spat in my hair.
What?
Is this a new one?
This is for a different one. My girlfriend and I were having a romantic meal. However, it was spoilt when an employee spat in my hair.
What? Just hoiked one up?
That's all we got. That's all we got. That's 2013.
Oh, okay.
Do not waste your money here. There's another one.
The end.
No.
Is that it?
No.
Like don't
Hurry
just
up.
don't spend.
do not
No,
waste
no,
your-
just don't spend your money
Do
here.
not waste your money
That
here.
is all.
The heating didn't work.
Oh.
It was blowing cold air at us all night. Well, for starters, turn it off.
Well, that's air
Well, come
conditioning.
on.
Yeah, shit.
Mm.
Yeah, it was 40 degrees outside.
This air conditioner's set to cold over here. Even though I got up twice to turn it off.
Hang on a minute. You can't laugh properly, can you?
No,
Your
because
fucking mouth is all busted up.
I'm just paranoid about my teeth. I hate
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, I hate them. I hate my teeth.
Oh, don't hate your teeth.
Jeez.
They just,
I'm getting a bit emotional here.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that the side effect of that shit you've got in yourself?
No, it's more like that. The quote on how much it's going to cost to
Yeah.
get implants and shit. It's going to be. I'm going to Thailand. Anyway, keep
No,
going.
don't go to.
Keep
They all,
going.
they all say that. Don't go to Thailand because don't waste your money here because over there the heating didn't work and it's blowing cold air at us all night. Even though I got up twice to turn it off, it somehow turned itself back on. Well,
Oh,
that's
phantom
Ghosts.
meter box.
That's ghosts.
The panel master.
Hot ghosts, I'd say. Wouldn't you say? Turn this back
That's
on.
tough. Yeah, it might have been on a timer and it was broken.
We both felt ill when we woke up. Even my high volume of bodily gases was not enough to fill the room with sufficient heat.
They've got Legionnaire's disease.
He's got
I
a
think.
sense of humour too.
He sure does. And a bite. He's got a little bit of a bite on it.
Yeah.
I purposely aimed to release as much methane as possible just to get one over the hotel, but it must have been absorbed by the curtains.
Are these people? Is this a hotel? Or
They're
is it
pissed
a,
off, man. They're
People that are
angry.
pissed off. But then there's people that get straight to the point, like this one, beach is too sandy. Three stars. Beach is too sandy. It's great. It's a great beach, just too sandy.
Far out.
That's
Oh,
Just a little bit too sandy. And my
People.
last one here.
I don't like people.
Horrible service, just straight up. We
Yeah.
went in, asked for a chicken burger with no mayo, and waited. Then we got one, but they still put the mayo in the burger. They still hadn't put the mayo in the burger.
spit it out.
Oh no, they still had put the mayo in the burger. We
Oh,
don't want
God, we
mayo.
got that out.
Yeah, we don't want mayo. But when they realised our mistake, so they scraped the mayo off with their hand and served it to us.
Oh,
Ooh.
so you don't want the mayo? Fine.
Here's something for you. It's not mayo. It was never mayo in the first place.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
Wow. Here's a propaganda ad. Look, and it's got like a chick. It's got a woman in a navy suit, right?
That looks
Join
like
the Navy.
And it
Shirley
says, "Gee, I wish I were a man. I'd join the navy."
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gee, I wish I was a man. I'll join the Navy.
Oh, and then down the bottom it
good.
says here in small writing, "Be a man and do it."
All
right?
Just in case you didn't get that message.
But
be
not
a man.
women.
Be a
Do
man, pussy.
But if you have breasts,
Wait,
don't come
is
over
that- are
here.
they encouraging women to be men to do it, to join the Navy. Do it.
No,
Read it
I
again.
think she's saying, look, man, I'm a chick, and even I'm willing to go join the
okay.
Navy,
Yeah, gotcha.
but because of my vagina,
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to, which is
Just
fair enough because
vaginas don't float.
I'd probably menstruate all
Yeah,
over the
that's it.
ship
Oh, Jesus.
And vaginas don't float. So, that's
Mm.
buoyancy is a big part
of the Navy.
of the Navy.
Definitely, Tim. And then there's one here, and it's like an old, it's just another ad, and it's got a guy in a hat pointing. Simon, you can see that. How would you describe that? He's just an old drill sergeant.
I can't see what it says.
Well, I don't want
I need
to. He's like a drill sergeant, and he's pointing the finger.
you.
And it says,
Got the slouch hat.
I need smokes more than anything else.
Smokes is in cigarettes?
Smokes.
What does it say at the top though?
That's
a
all it says.
spoof.
No.
It
That's
says crack.
this will look. This is the next ad.
That's not even a real ad.
Our boys want smokes. Complete smoke kits. This is what you could buy in America and send over to the boys
Ah,
on the
that's
front
right.
line.
Oh.
you
True.
see?
So,
And
Ciggies.
they're saying,
Yeah, mate. Everyone wants ciggies over there.
So
Absolutely.
there's, you know,
Smoke,
you
can't
can
Mate,
go to the,
everyone's
Smoke.
smoked.
Yeah.
what about this
Well,
poor
you have
bloke?
to.
He's got no.
He's in bed. He's a returned serviceman.
He's got no
He's got
hands.
no hands.
How the
He's
fuck did that
he's all
He
well.
smoked
He held
He
on
thought
to
a
the
bomb was going to warm his fucking body and blew his
blew up.
Yeah.
bit of TNT.
He
Eh?
didn't realise once you pull the
We
pin
ran
in a
out of
hand grenade,
smokes.
you had to throw it. Perhaps.
Boom!
Smoking my fingers.
What happened to
Wow,
him? Oh,
smokes.
Stumpy.
So what do you reckon it says? Like, what do you
About
reckon
stumps.
the propaganda ad that they're running? So it's a dude in bed.
Hard,
He's
to
in.
do,
He,
hard to do push-ups
so
these
so
days.
our troops have lost their hands. Please pre-roll their cigarettes for them so that they can smoke.
So-
Tailors are better,
Smokes.
thanks.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Tell
Well,
them
this
to
one
be
just
less
said it's more of a morale post. You know, they on Facebook and stuff. It's got all those positive messages you open up. It's like stay strong with the spirit today because you think positive thoughts and you can remain positive all day.
Otherwise, you're a Nazi.
It says keep pitching with both hands.
Oh, jeez. And he's got his hands cut off.
He's got no hands. But
Is that gangrenous?
Oh, it's morbid. I
I
know
think
that
they-
much. Jeez.
yeah, so we're talking about being in hospital.
Yeah. What ails ya?
Well, it was different time back then, I guess. Wrapping your hands up and then telling people to just,
Just cut my hands off and
Man up.
Catch me if you can.
man
I
up.
can't.
Well, I was going through some of the old medical terminologies.
Yep.
As shit was whack back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
What should we guess? What?
I think so. So I'll give you a term, a medical term. Okay. King's evil.
It's a medical term.
It's
is
a
it?
medical term from
Oh, what type of
18 or
King's
19.
evil?
King's evil.
It's got to be something to do with diarrhea.
Close.
King's diarrhea.
No, it's
Dysentery.
not. It's tuberculosis
Oh.
of neck and lymph glands.
Oh,
So now you know kind of
oh, my throat. That would hurt.
that's some King's evil.
Yeah. Yo, I got the King's evil right now in my throat. right
Why they-
now, right over here.
I like it.
Okay. What do you think the grocer's itch might be?
Gross's itch. I would say.
It's got to be something like an STD or something
Gross's
like that.
itch. Isn't it the implement that
Bit
he
of a-
uses
of a
to
cheesy
scratch his
vagina?
crotch, like an oversized carrot that he uses to scratch his crotch with?
Like a jabbercock.
I'm not
You
sure.
Gross's itch.
I'm
Yo,
not
pass me that Gross's itch over there. I've got an itch that I just can't quit.
Oh, so you're saying he's using carrots to.
I was saying Gross's itch is
You got an
like
itch?
So
something
when
that
no
he
one's in
itches
the
with.
no one's in the shop and this guy's got an itch and he's like, oh, yeah,
He's
I'll
like,
grab
he
the
grabs the
carrot.
closest thing and he calls it his Gross's itch, and it's just like fresh cucumber or something.
Oh,
and then puts it.
I have
Straight
no
back.
idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Connects it to
Gross's
his
itch. It's a skin disease caused by mites in sugar or flour. So also he's
common
running.
enough to call it something.
I don't think this green grocer is all that green. I think it's dirty.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
it's that great.
Not so green. Not so green grocer.
And then it goes on hip gout,
Oh, gout.
jail fever,
Ooh,
typhus.
jail fever. We all had that. If you're in jail, you got the fever, right? You don't want to be there. Yo, he's got jail fever.
He's just going through the jail fever.
He'll be right in 3 days. Just leave him there with
Leave
his
him,
face in
leave
the
him
toilet.
be. Leave him be. He's got the jail fever.
Yeah. That or a chronically sore ass. We call it the jail fever.
Jeremy's got the jail fever of the oral description. What's happened to Jeremy? He's got the jail fever, baby.
He's had all his teeth removed by fists
Yeah.
in jail.
Wow.
So it goes down easier.
Yeah. They said
right.
fists. They said it was fists, but I kept my eyes tightly closed.
Got a big gummy over there, Tim.
It's just my fist.
That's Captain Blowjob over there.
What about this, right? There's okay.
Oh.
All right. Milk fever.
Mama.
Wait. Milk leg. Milk sickness.
Oh, God.
Puking fever caused by milk sickness.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yeah.
This is not. These are different
It's like the
ones.
spelling
That
bee.
was a
Please
sentence.
use that in a sentence.
Yeah.
Dairy fever. A fever that lasts one day, caused by
Dairy products.
drinking milk.
Not drinking milk.
What about the slows?
Did you say not drinking
By
milk?
drinking milk.
Oh. You gotta drink the milk to get the milk fever.
Milk sickness.
Yeah. Well,
What about
I always found it was quite strange that we drink another animal's milk.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty weird,
Mm-hmm.
right? So why cows and not?
Because we domesticated them, and they're dumbasses. All they want to do is.
But you would never drink mother's milk if it was commercially sold.
Don't put
in
words
a-
into my mouth.
Have you seen Mad Max, the last one?
I haven't actually.
Oh yeah,
They're doing it that way.
Mm.
Just these big mamas just extracting and just supplying the.
They're in the desert,
Yeah.
so they need to produce milk.
They need
But
water, but it's milk. So.
Right, but she likes it, does she?
Well, I don't think she's got a choice.
Well, she
She's
does have a
strapped
choice.
in.
She's right. She's.
I think a lot of the people in Mad Max would have the next thing, which is called summer complaint, which
Summer
is
complaint.
summer complaint.
I get that every year.
Bit
In the
of
desert.
sunburn.
Well, it's diarrhea usually in infants caused by spoiled milk.
Ooh, another milk issue. Come
What's
on.
wrong with you?
Think
So
about
we're
it.
shutting down the milk industry. There's
Think
something wrong
about
with
it.
the milk industry.
All these names are coming from a time when there was no refrigeration.
Yuck.
Ah, true that.
And this is your number one.
Jesus.
This is
It
your
was
number
the dawn
one.
of yogurt.
She's a bit funky. How many hours? Well, she's a couple of days. Oh,
Ooh,
what
she's
fever?
Yogurt. No, she's a bit cheesy. She's gone past the yogurt.
She's a bit on the pong, isn't she? Don't worry about it. Take a sickie, get the white fever.
Yeah, and they
Call him with white fever.
had
Drink it.
fear of back in the day. They had fear of water touching their bodies because it would transfer.
Well,
transfer
ring a
diseases.
rosy, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down. You know what that's in relation to? The bubonic plague.
Right.
Ring a rosy was a symptom.
Oh.
So when you had it, you got lesions and bruise-like symptoms.
ring.
And they
A
stunk.
pocket full of posies.
They stunk.
So that they stunk because they just weren't clean. So they used to have posies of flowers in their hands. Smell nice, and they used to have them in their nether regions. A lot
Like
of
a
the
pop puree.
people, because obviously a bit of the old vag and backside would smell a bit. A tissue, you'd sneeze. That was a symptom as well. We all fall down, dead,
We're all
gone. See you
dead.
later.
Huh.
Yeah,
God.
all those nursery rhymes are a bit
Yeah,
sickly,
they're a
are
bit
they?
crook. Yeah.
Like
They're
Rockabye
warnings.
Baby.
They're warnings.
Yeah. Anyway,
So go to sleep, child. For the monster underneath your bed will gobble your head, and
that's
you'll be dead.
That's something you've just made up.
Yes. rest in peace. Sleep, my child.
Metallica.
Oh yeah.
Beast under my bed.
Have you ever
What is
had?
it? What is it? What's the?
Ever had trench mouth, Tim?
I think you've got trench mouth.
trench mouth?
I know I have. Trench mouth, a painful ulcer found
also-
along the gum line caused by poor nutrition and poor hygiene.
I thought I was going to be related to jail sadness. What was the other one that you said
Jail
before?
sadness.
He's got
Milk legs.
he's got serious gutter
What's
mouth.
happened to him, Jimmy? He's got milk
Yeah.
legs.
That guy over there, he's got serious gutter mouth. I'd stay away from that for a while.
Oh, that puking fever. Ugh. Do you know what milk sickness is? Disease from milk or cattle which have eaten poisonous weeds.
no.
you see.
Oh God!
I'd
Get some
just
fences.
I'd be drinking water or just straight up the rum they used to drink all the time.
Oh yeah, that
Yo,
is
ho,
crazy.
ho, and a bottle of rum.
But then you get the trench mouth. So,
Would
doc,
you like to-
you don't. You tell you what, you don't want doc fever though.
With doc fever.
It's yellow fever. basically.
But you get it from
Better to
docking.
kill you then.
You get it from docking.
Thank you, Tim.
Would you like to hear a man that survived death? Came
Yes.
back from death. He
Yes.
was, as far as those wild, crazy nights go, you're drinking, right? You're having a few little...
Simon's had a
few
few
quiet
each time, I
ones,
think.
yeah. And a guy in Russia,
Mm.
Far East Russia,
When's this?
woke up.
Drink.
I'm going to say it's in the
Ballpark.
80s.
1980s?
1980s.
Okay.
He woke up in a morgue after being declared dead.
Clinically dead.
Yeah, so they've gone, he's out. He's dead.
Gonski.
Before the incident, he'd been drinking vodka rounds with his friends and passed out. So they've obviously just gone,
He's dead.
he's dead. Oh, what's his name? It doesn't have his name here.
I don't know.
Let's call him.
Gavin?
He's
Where's he from?
Russian.
Oh, right.
Ivan.
Ivan.
Brent.
Brittany. An ambulance was then called with the medical staff, declared him dead before taking him to the morgue, according to local news sources. To local news sources. He was placed in a mortuary freezer
Oh,
already. Okay, chuck him on a slab. Well, he's dead. He's here.
he's
Chuck him
dead,
in the freezer.
goddammit.
But then,
It's not
while
gonna
in the
end well for
freezer,
him.
regained consciousness.
Oh,
Yeah. Guys, I'm fucking cold in here.
He
Sort of,
started sobering up.
Well, the
That was the
plastic wasn't
problem.
keeping him warm. The body bag he was in.
fuck a duck.
That night a local morgue was filled to its capacity.
Hmm.
The bodies were not only on the shelves, but also on the floor in the freezer room,
Does it say what?
where our dead hero was allocated. I don't know how he's a hero.
Yesterday's hero.
Why was there so many dead bodies?
It's because it's so cold over there. They're probably freezing to death.
Or just drunk, and the authorities
There's a
thought
lot
they were
of-
dead.
Yeah. They think everyone's dead. At some point, the man woke up, failing to understand where he was. It was very dark and very
Help.
cold. In
Help
addition,
me.
his brain was foggy
Hello.
due to the influence of
Hello.
alcohol. In the darkness, he felt someone completely cold next to him. In fear, rushed to the door, but it was locked.
It was female.
It was a body. Hey, dude. Oh, that's horrible.
That's disgusting.
According to the reports, the man started screaming for help, drawing the attention of the morgue's guard, who probably felt pretty sick that night.
He was drunk as well.
He was about to go in there for
Opening the doors
an
and plate
admission.
met by the resurrected man in a panic, he ran out of the room, returning to the place where he was drinking. Hey,
And
Yeah.
kept
we
going.
thought you were dead. I was. Yeah.
Is that a real? Is
Crazy.
that a real story?
Yeah.
So what's that
It's
from?
real story. That's from the internet.
Soviet.
The internet again. Oh, this is
The Soviet leader.
great source, the internet. Of,
Well, I don't really want to reveal my sources.
no, good. My sources.
Then there was.
Didn't you have a thing about...
I did have a thing about another guy that was, seeing as we're talking about corpses, because we like talking about corpses and whatnot. I've got this story which I'll probably skim through, but I remembered it from the news maybe 2 or 3 years ago, possibly even more, and I just remembered it being like, what the hell is going on there? It's so bizarre. When more than 100 bodies were discovered around a crematorium in the
Jesus.
US state. Did you
No.
hear about that? Did you see
Have you
about
seen
that?
this one?
No.
I've heard about this one.
Hundreds of bodies, right?
I haven't heard this.
Hundreds.
So a woman's going for a walk, and her dog runs off and comes back with a skull.
Ay,
And
ay,
she's
ay.
like, "Hey."
What have you got there, brother? Oh, shit!
Yeah.
What's the noise?
And she's gone, followed the dog back to where
Still got
where
flesh
was.
on it.
And there were dozens of corpses, hundreds of body parts discovered almost simultaneously,
Oh,
Country
lying in the
origin, so-
woods,
Latvia.
Yeah,
or
somewhere.
in stored
Genocide.
outbuildings of this guy's property, right? And basically, what was happening is they feared that they sort of started carrying. There was hundreds of bodies, but it started to run into the thousands,
Oh my god.
Okay.
right? So it's some
a
serious
cult.
So
shit.
everything's completely normal.
You're thinking it's a cult, aren't you? It's the worst horror movie I ever seen. The county.
What year
And I saw The Ring.
This is in the like 2000s.
Bullshit.
It's
What
like the
year?
worst
Where?
worst horror movie I ever seen.
Where?
Imagine that 10 times worse. So it's 10 times worse than the
Whereabouts
worst
is this?
horror movie I ever seen.
Australia.
This is in
Carolina.
Georgia.
Oh, told you.
Georgia. Yeah, you did.
Bang.
Carolina.
To the
that's straight
deep
on.
south. That's
that's-
shit. Do we know
that's
how
what
long
he's
they've
doing.
been there?
Okay, so
Well, it's
there
skulls,
was some.
so-
They thought it was like 3 years, but it actually worked out to be about 10 years. So
Oh.
so when they basically this is the story, right?
Nice chips there, Simon.
So the guy in Georgia inherited his parents' crematorium, and what he was doing was he was going and collecting bodies and collecting bodies from morgues. So he was
And what was he doing
subletting.
with them?
He's subletting his crematorium, but at some stage in the 10 years, the
Didn't pay his gas bill.
the oven busted, so he couldn't burn them. So what he was doing was he was taking them. He was taking jobs.
Yeah, we'll burn your fucking uncle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
These are the ashes of your beloved father.
Well, it goes into that. It goes into that later. What he was doing and how and what he was.
They're not the
what he was
ashes. They're
delivering.
probably just the cinders from a.
Brett
big-
Marsh. He was 28,
Oh,
so he's a douchebag. He's got to be a douchebag, right?
Wow.
He was driving interstate.
Darwin
and no, going to funeral homes and stuff, and taking on commissions like I'm a crematorium. You give me the body.
If you've got too many of them, I'll take them
no,
back
no,
to
no,
over
they've got
there
to
and
send
I'll
them. Most of those places have got to send them somewhere to get them burnt.
send them down here.
So he was driving interstate.
My oven's completely
and-
not broken.
And the state laws enforce if you're going to bring a body over the state line, it's going to be embalmed.
Oh.
So none of the bodies stank. So they rot differently.
Yeah.
So they're not
Well,
rotting.
they don't rot.
They do rot though. They mummify.
So they were just bodies.
essentially, but dead bodies. They're still people.
But they're not going to rot if they're
Sounds
embalmed.
like he's justifying it. It's quite strange, isn't it?
What do you mean? But no, like mummies.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but they'll be just bodies lined
Their
up.
mummies, daddies, cousins, uncles,
No.
Children.
children.
Really?
Yeah, so he's bringing them across and going, yeah, that's right, my oven's busted. Yeah.
Gotta really fix that.
Chuck him on the pile. And he was like piling them up, and some of the piles would go from like identifiable bodies right down to the complete decomposed stage.
Oh, for God's sake.
They were in coffins, some of them.
Oh, don't.
He was dumping them in the
He was,
lake.
deep
he was in so
He was
deep.
dumping them in the lake because he's running out of room.
Oh,
he buried
no.
some, and then just piled them up.
How
and
much do you
making big
reckon
holes.
the repairs on the oven would have been there, Tim?
He was
Well,
just
they don't
pocketing all
say
the
that.
funds from just taking them over.
Wouldn't it be easier just to burn them?
At one time, they were apparently buried in the ground, and some other cemetery had taken to the crematorium. So I think what's happening is at some stages they're digging up bodies to make room for new bodies at cemeteries, and he's taking and burying the ashes or something.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think a gravesite only lasts. You lease it, right? Basically.
So they're
100
basically
years or
saying
something.
that
He's got mum and dad's
they
property
also
that's
discovered
filling them up.
they also
Yeah, bring 'em.
discovered like
Got plenty of room out the back there.
pre-buried coffins and stuff.
What's
So
that stink?
coffins that had
Nothing.
coffins that had been buried.
Shut up.
Doesn't smell like anything. Definitely doesn't smell like
I think I-
1,000 rotten
Did you
bodies.
guys smell something?
No.
Well, flesh.
No,
No, I don't.
you
Nope.
don't.
No,
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 you
no.
don't. No, you don't.
I smell what's that embalming fluid?
Embalming fluid.
Is it?
I
No, it's
think
called something, isn't it?
It's Bayes
Formaldehyde.
embalming fluid.
Formaldehyde. That's the shizzow. Then the people started coming forward that
That had used the.
that he'd used. What were you using? Like, I just want to get a hold of that guy. That's I mean,
he was fucking him, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Yes.
Well, Lisa Cash, who thought her mother's ashes were on the table in her living room, said, "I've got someone in an urn or something. I don't know what."
I've been praying to this shit for so long.
Yeah.
And it's
There's
actually just a piece of burnt timber.
Close, yeah, the case comes of funeral home accused of digging up bodies and dumping them nearby in the woods to make room for new burials. So he was in cahoots with somebody and going,
in
I'll
the
take 'em.
woods.
I'll burn them. Oh,
That'd
no,
be a
wait a
good
minute.
name
I
for
don't have
film.
any way to burn them.
Nearby in the woods. Good name
Nearby
for a film.
in the woods.
Nearby. In
That's
the
probably a good. That's probably good.
Welcome,
That's probably a good idea for a zombie.
1978.
That is
Zombie
actually.
one.
And they all come alive.
The zombie factory.
Don't go nearby the woods.
Don't go in those woods.
On a side note, I was lucky enough when I was in tertiary, high school. My mum was very good friends with a woman that worked for Val Morgan and Hoyts.
Oh yeah.
And we were lucky enough to go and see the new releases of films that were coming out.
Excellent.
All the new big ones. There were some that were a little shit,
Yeah.
but there were some that were big. Like I saw Total Recall 4 weeks before it came out.
Sick.
Terminator.
Sick.
What else did I see? Like shit like...
Only stuff with Arnie in it.
no, exactly. That's right.
So you're
Morgan-
top dog on campus.
I saw some good films. There was
Commando.
one film, though, that my mum hadn't researched properly. I was all of 14. And it was rated R. It was called Sister. And it was
Sounds
based
good
in
so
the
far.
Deep South, in Alabama. It had Jennifer Jason Leigh, who's in Single White Female, and also I think she's also in Risky Business. Yeah, plays the hooker that Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Quite sexy.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was about a group of sisters that were taking over a bed and breakfast or a large place in the what do they call it? The bayou.
The Bayou.
Yeah.
Bayou.
Anyway,
Bayou.
big emphasis on murder and also incest. So heaps
were you
of
watching this with your
scenes
mum?
of- Yeah. But mum didn't realise. So I'm sitting there. I'm the only kid watching this in my school uniform. Oh yeah, this is great.
In the
They
school
had a-
uniform as well.
in the
Jesus.
and they had the popcorn vending machine, so I got the biggest thing and just sitting there just smashing down the popcorn. This is great, Mum. All right, no worries. Anyway, out comes the big tongue and groove session with Deborah Lee and some other
The
woman.
sisters.
And
The
you're
sister's
watching it
just
with your mum.
absolutely going for it, and you can see Mum shifting in her chair, and I'm going, "What's going on here?" And she goes, "Oh, I don't think this is appropriate." I'm like, I remember going, "But aren't they sisters, Mum?" She's going, "Oh Jesus, I don't."
How do I
and just
explain this to her?
and quite graphic as well. Rated R, and then a graphic sex scene with a man and a woman.
So you've boned up next to your mum, basically.
What a little stiffy, yeah. And Mum's seriously shifting in her seat.
And so are you.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't go through puberty until I was about 28.
28.
So 8. There you go, another 5. But anyway, it was amazing. On the way home, I was like, that was a pretty brutal film, Mum. And
Don't tell your
Susie
father,
she was. I don't usually say this, but I'll give you a treat. Do you want to go get some McDonald's and we'll just pretend this never ever happened. It was the most fucked up film you've ever seen in your whole life.
And you had to stay with your mum.
And I had to watch it the whole way through. I didn't
Of course,
care.
'cause
I
you're in
was
the
like,
cinema.
popcorn was
Yeah.
fantastic, but
Popcorn is
yeah,
good.
really, lesbian sex and incest sex is just not good
Jeez.
for 14-year-olds.
No.
The first one's good. The second one's no good.
Well, again, she's going down again, Mum.
Ah.
Set your popcorn, darling.
While you were talking about that, I remembered my cremation story.
Which cremation?
I was
sorry?
I was doing a job for a client, and she was out of her fucking mind. This
You went
woman.
on the job.
I wasn't on the job, not with her. Jesus. But she ended up ripping me off $85. It's the only time I've ever been someone hasn't paid me. It was only $85, so it's pretty good. $85 is good in my game. Anyway, I was harassing her about the money. Where's the money? Got to get the money. She goes, I've left it in my meter box. So come and get it. So I went over there, opened the meter box, and there's a little box about yay big,
Full of pubes.
full of fucking remains, dude.
Get out.
Where?
Full of
Where? Outside?
cremated
Inside?
dust.
Inside, outside?
Inside, outside. in the meter box where the power.
These are my husband's balls.
It was
Yeah.
like the ex-husband's dad's ashes.
Oh yeah, stick them in the meter box. I don't want them in the house anymore. It's
I'll be
creeping
coming to
me
get
out.
those ashes pretty this week.
Oh, I'll leave them in the meter box for you. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Was that payment?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's how I got paid.
What am I going to do with
In
these?
ashes. That was weird.
That's weird. What was the job?
Sexual.
Yeah. It was a vein.
Jeremy.
That's strange.
That's a bad way to die, like what you were saying about all those people, with the for the remains.
Well, that's a
to
bad way to end up for
end
sure.
up.
Definitely.
There's some other. I've got some. Just so happens that I have got a list of shitty ways to die.
Oh,
People that have died.
We are very morbid tonight, aren't we?
Well, it's fitting, I guess.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Fucking broken soldier.
Canadian lawyer. Now I don't know. Look,
Leave Canada.
this is like straight off the net, so I don't
Talking
know.
about.
I don't know if I haven't done any
What are you
other
talking
research. I haven't backed any of these. So.
You don't have to back anything. The
Good.
internet is full of truth.
No, everything's basically real on the internet.
He's got the milk legs.
Canadian lawyer Gary Hoy died while trying to prove that the glass in the windows of the 24th floor office was unbreakable by throwing himself against
These
it.
are like Darwin Awards.
It didn't break, but it did pop out of its frame, and he plunged to his death.
He got sucked out.
Did it smash when it landed?
It doesn't. I'll just check. It doesn't say.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
It doesn't go on that far.
Probably don't need that much
Let's
information.
see.
That'd be the worst, wouldn't it?
Oh, what? Just like,
Check
like
it out.
picking a scratch on you.
Oh,
I
Gary.
was
love this
wrong.
Everyone's like, fuck it.
I was
Let
semi
him do
right.
it. Let him do it. Yeah. Told you.
Jump, you fucker,
It didn't
jump.
smash. But completely breakable silicon.
You told me.
US.
It's a cheap silicon. I have no regrets. You go.
I have no regrets.
US Congressman Michael F. Farley died in 1921 as a result of shaving because his shaving brush was infected with anthrax.
Oh. That's where I put my anthrax.
That's funny.
Honey, where's the anthrax? I'll show you where the fucking
What the
anthrax
fuck
is.
is wrong with my face? Well, you've
Yeah.
got no face left.
Enjoy-
That's anthrax for you.
Enjoying your shave, sweetheart? Remember that
You
time
kidding
that you...
fuck.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Lipstick
I'll get
on
this
your-
guy.
Lipstick on the collar? No worries. Anthrax on the toothbrush? Guaranteed. Every time.
Don't worry about shaving. Don't worry about brushing your teeth. There won't be none.
You won't need them. You've got anthrax. Foot and
Anthrax
mouth
to the
disease.
I love the 1900 ones and 1800 shit. Like it's always the best.
Did you just read that again? That was funny.
Yes. US Congressman Michael F. Farley died in 1921 as a result of shaving because his shaving brush was infected with anthrax.
There's no more information
Fucking
to back
funny,
that up.
man.
No, it's just a list. It's like an off the internet lists thing. Okay.
Well, you're really up the creek now, aren't you, Michael?
Yeah, it turns out he works in an anthrax factory. And it's
Oh,
yeah,
very
that
common.
makes
It's a
sense.
common
very
way
common.
of
It
dying.
happens 6 times a week.
Yeah.
Fucking
Another one?
anthrax.
Yeah.
Again with the anthrax. In 1900, American physician Jesse William Lazier tried to prove that yellow fever was transmitted by mosquitoes by letting infected mosquitoes bite him. He then died of the disease, proving himself right.
He was right.
He was right.
Stupid.
His last words were, I told you so.
I was right.
Yeah.
Here we go. In 1567, the man said to have had the longest beard in the world died after he tripped over his beard, running away from a fire.
Shit, Jez.
Fire, fire, fire.
1567. Were there even records back then?
Yeah, sure, man. Heaps of
Yeah.
records back then.
What was that?
Not,
Detroit, was
not-
it? Or?
It doesn't say.
It's lucky
We could
it
do
doesn't say.
a bit of research, like longest beard. No, Guinness Book of Records going then, when they 1567. Surely.
Proving facts that mean nothing to anyone.
What
I'm
about
sure
this
there's
guy?
a website for that.
That's where I get all my information from.
Yeah.
This is what we talk about.
Internet.
That's what we talk about
Interwebs.
on the what's this
Internet.
podcast called? The STEEZ.
Oh, you don't even know what we're called.
I'm getting used to it, Simon.
We should be called something. Yes, I like the STEEZ.
What about poor British actor Gareth Jones died of a heart attack while performing in a live televised play in 1958, in which his character was scripted to have a heart attack. The rest of the cast improvised around his death and finished the play.
Oh,
Let the show
the
go
play
on.
was 13 hours long.
Yeah.
He died in the first 2
What
minutes.
happened to old Joey? He's fucking
Yeah.
dead.
Getting a bit whiffy over there.
What year was that?
No, but he was full of embalming fluid, so it was
58,
okay.
1958.
1958. To be or not to be. Donnie, line.
Line.
I guess I'll just go over here then.
What's happened to Donnie?
Oh, he's just lying there.
Okay. What about health fanatic Basil Brown? He managed to kill himself by drinking a gallon of carrot juice.
Oh,
in a
yeah. I heard
day.
that carrot is
Oh,
poison.
no. Yeah, a day.
That
He
was
used
full
to
of
drink a
anthrax.
gallon of carrot juice a day in the belief that it would make him healthy. But
God,
you can't do
Jesus.
that.
It
It's
didn't.
toxic.
it didn't work.
No. Well, he died.
Oh, my God. Why you shouldn't be drinking gallons of anything.
No, nothing.
Well,
It's water,
Nothing.
but you're not going to go...
Gallon of water will kill
What?
you.
Give us what's a gallon in
Oh, God, I don't know.
in
I don't
litres?
know. A gallon is.
Gallon
I thought
is,
a gallon
yeah,
is.
stall,
a litre
stall,
and a bit
yep,
or
stall,
something
stall.
like
Pint and a half? 2 pints?
that. Yeah,
4
you're
pints?
right. Gallon. It's the old form.
Metric, yeah.
Fahrenheit.
3.78 litres.
Who? How
Jesus.
many?
3.78.
That's a
So
lot
only
of carrot juice.
A
litres.
gallon.
Have you tried to drink...
What do you want? A gallon.
You know when they say drink 2 litres of water a day?
Give me a fucking.
You know
gallon.
they say that?
How much have you drunk today? A gallon.
Yeah.
A gallon.
Sure, a gallon of anything is a
Gallon.
lot.
I reckon I've had a gallon of beer
Have you?
in a day.
How many? 3 point.
7-8 litres.
Well, litres
Seven
not as
point-
much. Think of
Yeah, but
That's
like...
5 long necks or something.
It's-
Yeah,
Close
you
or
would have
something.
done that.
Yeah.
How much have you drunk? A fucking gallon. How much?
It's
Gallon.
How do you feel?
It's nearly
Feel
those 2 litre bottles of milk. They're hefty, man. It's like 2 of them of carrot juice.
Yeah, but if you
Where's
drink
this-
that, you'll get milk
where's
there.
this get- You gotta
Yeah.
carrot juice. Where? True there. Where are you getting that many carrots from? Because that's
carrot farmer.
I guess
Carrots
so.
are cheap.
Guess so. He probably owns carrots. He's like, what the hell am I going to do with all these carrots? I'll
I'll
fucking
prove
drink
that. I'll prove that they'll make us healthy
Yeah.
by drinking them.
Because they say that there's
gallon
there's
of them.
the chemicals in it turns your skin orange
Yeah.
if you have too much of it.
Yeah.
It's
not that
it's
great of a
pretty
drink.
crook.
I don't want to drink that much.
You don't want to do that much of anything. Apparently, there's more. You know those Boost juice places.
Oh yes. All those
more
the sugars.
More of the shugs than
Yeah, they're
anything
natural
combined.
sugars, but
And like
you-
I went to Chatty the other day for Christmas shopping. No, it wasn't the other day. It was the other month.
yeah, just come
Christmas
on.
shopping.
Mm.
And
gonna say,
there were
'cause that's
more
really
people standing at the
proactive.
Boost juice. Boost
Yeah,
juice.
I don't know how they keep up with.
It looked like they were doing. They were like auctioning off brand new puppies or something. People
Yeah.
were going
This is
crazy,
amazing.
crazy ape bonkers for that.
For that boost juice.
For that juicy
they love
juice.
the juice.
They got to get the boost. I need my
Boost
boost.
juice. How do they keep up with the amount of juice they got to do? Like-
you hire children and don't pay them much.
Right.
Right.
That's the business model, pretty much.
Borderline slave labor.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Well, you're talking about a shopping mall side thing. You've got the Wendy's ice creameries.
Sure.
You've got the Boost juices. You've got
Yes.
the key cutters.
Key cutters.
There's
oh
all
my
the
God.
floating,
And the
floating
mobile
stalls.
phone dudes. That,
the mobile phone dudes.
Yeah.
And you know what those mobile phone dudes are doing?
Fixing mobile phones.
Yes, they take your iPhones and they say, "Oh, thank you. We'll come back in 2
yeah.
hours." They swap them out for components that are of lesser value and sell the official iPhone components
Right.
for top dollar. Top dollar.
Right.
So when you leave a phone with those dudes, they are taking it apart because
Old
our older brother took his iPhone back to after getting a screen fix, took it back to Apple to say it's just not working. They opened up and they said this isn't an iPhone. technically,
Right.
we can't classify this as an iPhone because it hasn't got.
It's been stripped.
It's been stripped and replaced, and that's probably why it's not working because it's not an iPhone.
Right.
This thing's full of candy.
Here's your problem.
There's your problem. over
Jelly
here.
beans up in here.
These jelly beans don't conduct the same way the iPhone jelly beans conduct.
That's amazing.
It is amazing, isn't it? It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
What else you got there? Welcome back, Simon.
Thank you.
Oh, you gonna get in there?
What?
You gonna get in past your mic? There you go. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. That's very low, that chair, isn't it?
Yeah, it's okay though.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I got that off the side of the road.
very good.
I think an old lady died in it.
Right. Well, that's all right.
I wouldn't sit in it. It's very cursed.
It's definitely haunted that chair.
One thing I do want to bring to the show once a week, because I found several stories on this. I'll just read one out a week. I don't know what.
Is this a segment?
Kind of a. I don't know if it's a segment, but I don't know what the segment's going to be called. I've got a couple of options here. Two in the hole is better than one in the bush.
Oh.
Is this possible names
What
to
is
the...
this? Gay time? Is it what?
No,
What is it?
Phantom Pua,
Oh.
the ghost who poos. Right.
Right.
The
I don't know.
Stavanger Golf Club
Don't
in
look at me.
Norway has finally appealed to the public to solve a mystery that's been haunting them for 10 years. 10 years.
Don't. The Phantom
What were you
shitter.
doing? What were you doing 10
The
years
Pooh
ago?
Bandit.
That's a long time ago, right? That's a long
10
time.
years ago, I was 20.
What year would it be?
26. I was 26, 27.
2007? Yeah.
The mystery has been haunting them for 10 years. Who has been taking dumps in their holes? So somebody has been... Oh, well, a report on a US-based website, Boing Boing, I guess that's our source, Boing Boing, says that the course used security measures and installed floodlighting, but none of this was able to stop the culprit from continuing this bizarre activity of defecating in golf holes.
Oh, fantastic.
I love
Isn't it great?
I
Don't
love
you just
it.
love that guy? Or
It's
girl?
gotta be
Caddyshack gone
Well,
wrong.
they say
It's kids.
they do say they're pretty sure. There was a quote here somewhere that said something to the tune of we know it's not a woman. It has to be a man because the poos are just too massive.
Oh. And he's full of fibre.
Well,
Yeah,
they
he's
go
up
into that too. They really do. They really want to solve this crime. It says the criminal. He seems to be a criminal mastermind who climbs trees, dismantles spotlights before relieving himself. He climbs up there and takes the lights apart. And,
Jesus.
Wow, that's dedication.
security is riddled with the antics. It's been going on for a decade.
10 years.
That's
of
10
shit.
years.
That's an inside job,
So-
boys.
That's an inside job. Of course,
Yeah.
it's an inside job. And
Yeah.
no, the dude did
That's
it once.
finished.
They thought it was hilarious. They continue to do it. It has to be an inside
And then
job.
Yeah, because he's one of the dudes sitting back when they announce it. The phantom shitters struck again.
The first poops.
That's me.
The first poops were noticed in 2005. And while they've continued, course officials say hygiene has improved with toilet paper also being left behind on most occasions. So whoever's doing it, that suggests to me that it's different people.
Now it's
So-
caught on. Now it's like a thing, like planking. You remember the planking?
Ah, it's
that
the
was a
planking.
thing.
Yeah. It's
Well, I
just
have to tell you, I recently, it was only not last night, the night before, had the AGM at my daycare because I got a 4-year-old beautiful little girl, and all the parents have to attend, or one at least.
Mm.
So I attended, and funnily enough, they allowed us to sit in the courtyard area, but
That
they
was
made
nice
us
of them.
sit on the chairs that the kids use,
Little chairs.
the tiny little wooden chairs.
Yeah, that's
So my ass was on this hard vinyl
and your
lacquered
knees are
surface.
angled up
Yeah,
near
yeah.
your shoulders.
Problem was,
You want that?
at that time, it was 6:30, 7 o'clock at night.
You need to shit.
Well, I'd eaten a full bag of dates earlier that day. And in that position, my sphincter, my crack hole was
Just
really ready just to ram something.
Time to go,
home.
boys. Time to go.
And you know
Dates
when,
are a bad choice.
You know when you know when someone makes you laugh, you go, ah! and you hold your gut so hard, and it starts to build up a bit.
Do your
the gas.
your Kegels, yeah? Is that what they call them?
Well, I don't know what it was, but my stomach started to get some serious gas in there, and it was hurting. And there was some idiots that were making a few gags, and I was in the front seat, for fuck's sake. Like, because as soon as I arrived there, I was trying to hang back like a bad smell. And then one of the mothers that I've seen and known, I actually went to school around the time that she did, Simon, sit over here! I'm like, fuck.
No, I'm sweating dates. I'm
Anyway,
starting
I'm
to sweat
sitting down
dates.
there
I shouldn't have
and she
eaten.
goes,
I had a gallon of dates.
All I want to do is shit my pants, and I'm having to create,
Small
with
talk.
you. Well, I can't tell you how many times I was about to just absolutely... I had enough power in me to power a small fucking Ethiopian community with that methane. So I got out of there, got into the car, and just went... Ooh! And it was horrific. It was horrific.
Drive.
Were you there by yourself?
Jules wasn't there.
Oh,
So I guess this is going to be you, isn't it? Thanks for nothing.
oh man.
How does that
Reminds
one
me,
go?
and this is one more on a side note. Had a massage when we were on holiday. Really, really relaxed on my stomach, in the head and the hole. Had a big night the night before. Unfortunately, she was massaging my lower back. I've accidentally just dropped my guts and farted in her face.
Simon.
And I thought, I don't know what's going on, but I went, I can feel it going. I'm so relaxed. I'm just going to let it go because it's going to be silent. It was like this. As she pushed. And she stopped. And I was like, oh, fuck. Anyway, she stopped, moved over to the oil section because obviously had a bit of smell about it as well.
Did you kill yourself?
Yes.
Did you just...
I don't know what to say.
Are you a ghost now? Because you should be, because you would have
Do
promptly
you not
gone to
understand what the talk is?
the
when
hotel room and killed
Well,
yourself.
I guess, and you end up, you're looking at yourself going, you are the most pathetic human being I've ever come across.
Did you
in my
tip
life."
this woman?
I couldn't look at this woman. I had my face
let alone
very
tip
deep.
her. Why would I?
And then
why
the
would I
conversation...
tip her? I couldn't even look at her.
Because I was talking to her, and we were in this conversation, and then she turned to me and she said, yeah, so the weather's been good, and it was over. That was it. No more communication.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
That must happen. That must happen. No.
that's got to happen just about every time.
I would say that the because I get a fair few massages because of my back, nothing dodgy, but
You don't get hard, do you?
no, I don't. But I've had mates say to me, "Of course you roll over with a boner. How can you possibly get a massage without having a boner?" I'm like, dude, you can't. One, don't fart in their faces.
I've done that.
Two, don't roll over with a fucking...
Hard on.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? It's the height of
It's
rudeness.
very
It's
rude.
the height of rudeness.
Is it? Is it?
I think farting first is worse.
Well, when you fart in a woman's face.
It's
not good.
pleasant.
You shouldn't.
No.
I've got some etiquette for husbands there. I'll do one week, and it's definitely says in there, don't fart in your partner's face.
It says that, does it?
Yeah, I saw a porn once
well,
when
that's a
she's
review.
doing
True.
something not nice, and he goes,
Cake fart.
Brazilian fart porn.
Cake fart. Have you seen that?
no,
There's your homework for the weekend.
cake fart.
Cake
Fart.
fart. Look up cake fart.
You fuckers have seen it. What is it?
It's
You know-
you can even look up people's reactions to looking at cake fart. If
What
you
is
want
it? Is it like a diarrhea fart?
We'll put
to.
it together.
It's just
Oh,
like
come on, I can't.
it's just women sitting on cakes farting.
Don't. Really? Funny?
It's hilarious. It's the funniest thing ever.
Whack.
Wah.
It's no Brazilian fart porn, but it's definitely no Two Girls One Cup, but
Oh.
it's up there. It's in
So
the same.
I'll have
wheelhouse.
some more because there are some mysteries around.
Oh, so that's
Around.
so they never found out who's the
they
mystery.
still- it hasn't been solved. It's
Phantom
case
shitter.
pending.
Phantom shitter.
Then next week I might tell you about NASA's 46-year-old floating poop mystery. And then I may delve into a little bit of vandalism mystery ends in huge victory for genetic rights. No, that's not it. Oh my God, that's just the newspaper.
Well, if you're going to tell that the NASA one, that's maybe when I'll tell the
I
story
did well,
about.
like I don't know, I wasn't. Yeah, okay.
I'll do my NASA thing.
Okay.
I
But
met-
I was
met,
researching a little
Martin
bit
next week.
to try and see what if I can make a splash, in no nothing, and I came across a Facebook site, the Monstrous Mystery Poop Facebook, and all it is it's like completely bizarre. Somebody has taken a photo of a toilet with a mystery poop in it, and it's of a large persuasion, like somebody's
been a lot of fibre.
tortured soul hasn't been able to flush it. A tortured soul. So we're talking 7 Keurigs. We're talking it's
It's a big turd.
It's big,
It's
and
at least got to be over 100 kilos.
this is gonna be 7 Keurigs.
Just go with the 7.
And it's a
Keurig, you don't know what a
website.
Keurig
It's
is?
a website of somebody. It's a poop measurement. It's a website dedicated to this person's quest to finding out who did it. It was done, and the website goes along the lines of it was at this.
Is it like ratemypoo.com?
Wow.
It's a mystery. It's a solid mystery.
All it is, all this Facebook page is a few photos of this toilet, and people asking questions like,
Oh my god.
"This is where it was taken, and when was that you? Did you do it?"
No.
They're trying to find the owner of it. To what end? What is that?
He wants to congratulate him. Or
You
her.
think?
Or her. He's impressed with this turd.
So many more to come. Many
Well
more to
done.
come.
Well, there's many more stories to come, I think.
The Splash Palace Aquatic Centre management have issues with the mystery pool pooper. It keeps coming back.
Wow, I know for a fact that the pool
Quote-
at our place, as soon as there's a floater, they evacuate.
Quote from the management: "It's pathetic. It really is. They're at the end of their line."
Actually, my stepdad, he turned to me and he said, I've had one experience that was a little bit untoward when I was swimming and I was doing the 50-meter fly, and I realised that something was in my goggle area and I was just resting on my nose. It was a Band-Aid.
Oh,
Yeah. That's wretch-worthy.
it is.
Holy shit.
But we're approaching our mark
we're
here.
about that. We're about that.
We are.
We've got a lot to think about. I've got a lot to consider this week.
Yeah, you won't remember anything that's just happened tonight.
Probably not. Probably not. I hope not. I just want to blank it all out. Yeah, no, I'm all right. I've just a bit tired. I think
You
there's
had
Simon.
tooth yanked out of your head.
I didn't have it ripped out. It's I've got to get root canal. And
Oh,
Jesus.
jeez.
I'm on the antibiotics and some Nurofen.
And then
some,
I reminded him about-
some Patadine Forts.
I
Have a couple
reminded
of
him about
scotches tonight.
the old
Couple of
days where I
scotches.
saw him crunching through those gobstoppers, those everlasting gobstopper things,
Everlasting gobstoppers.
the size of a tennis ball.
You're
I
not
could,
supposed to chew them.
I could bite through one of them. And look at him now. I have the strongest teeth in the world.
Vice grip.
Look at this window over here. I'm going to just
It's like
jump
Jaws
straight
out
through
of
it.
Jaws out of 007.
Is that? Can you hear
I can
music?
hear the
Hey,
music.
shooter!
Oh, okay. That's the
Well,
music.
that's it.
Music's coming up.
Jezbot.
Timmy Taco.
Go bird.
Signing off.